Students, once again, welcome to our history class. In the previous video, we had started with the fifth chapter of history, that is social and religious reforms. Today, we will continue with the same chapter. The following points we will be covering in the chapter were era of religious and social reforms among the Sikhs, emancipation of women, religious reforms among the Muslims, and movement in Hindu society. These were the points we will be covering in the entire points. In the previous video, we had covered the era of religious and social reforms, and that we learned the 5 different samajas or institutions which were founded by various Indian freedom fighters to change the society of India. Among them were Brahma Samaj, Pratna Samaj, Satyashodak Samaj, Arya Samaj, and Ramakrishna Mission. All these samajas or institutions was specifically founded to change the Indian society from bad to good. That is called as Indian Renaissance. In today's video, we will learn the meaning of emancipation of women, so religious reforms among the Muslims, and movement in Hindu society. With this video, we will end our chapter 5 of history. So let's get started with today's video. Emancipation of women. During the British expansion rule in India, the position of women was very miserable. They had no right of education. They were not treated equally. Child marriage, dowry system, sati, and opposition to child marriage, such customs prevailed in society. Now, all of us knew that the position of women even today in some parts of country is not equal to those of the men. Women are always considered low as compared to those of the men. But this condition was very miserable or very terrible in the ancient India. Before independence, the condition of India was extremely bad in terms of social factors, especially for the women. There were unjust practices such as child marriage, dowry system, dowry matlab dahej, and sati. That means the woman has to jump or die along with her husband. These are the practices which were considerably practiced in the country of Indian society. The Britishers tried to change all these situations in India, and among them there was someone called as Lord Bentinck, who took the help of Rajaram Mohan Roy and passed Sati Act. Act means a law or rule was passed. The act which was passed is called as Sati Act. By this act, the practices of sati was completely stopped, and the woman or the widow were allowed to get married again. That was called as widow remarriage. Gopal Hari Deshmukh was also called as Lokahitawadi. He wrote all the changings in the book called as Shatabdi. In 1848, there was someone called as Mahatma Jyotirao Phule who started the first girls' school at Bhid in Pune. All of us know this. He was Mahatma Jyotirao Phule along with his wife Savitribai Phule. Both of them started girls' school. Now, during those days, start a girls' school was something extremely new or very unique thing to do. Initially, when they opened the girls' school, they had to face a lot of opposition from the society, from the people in society. They were not treated respectfully. They were given bad words. They were given all bad words and all. Okay, because of that reason, they did not stop to start the girls' school. The first girls' school was started by Mahatma Phule in the year 1848 in Bhid in Pune. There were other people who started various things. He also started something called as Bal Hatya Pratibandha Gruha. Okay, there were a lot of people who used to kill the girls when they were very small or when they knew that they would be giving birth to a girl child. For that situation, that is Bal Hatya. So he stopped by organizing this situation. He also conducted strike for barbers against customs of shaving the heads of widows. Now during those days, the widow is a lady who does not have a husband, whose husband is died, is called as a widow. Now these widows, they did not have the right to look good. And for that reason, the barbers used to shave their head. Shaving the head matlab, to cut all the hair from the head of the widows or the lady. This was completely stopped by Mahatma Phule. He also got a lot of permission for widow remarriage. Now, during those days, the widow was not allowed to get married again. So, a lot of permission was required from the authorities in society. And with the help of Britishers and various other freedom fighters, educated freedom fighters of India, tried to change the structure of society by allowing the widow to remarry again. Now, for gaining permission for widow remarriage, Pandit Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Vishnu Shastri Pandit, and Vireshaligam played important role in getting, and they took lot of social efforts in getting permission for the widow to remarry. Among them, there was someone called as Maharishi Karve, who organized or set up something called as Conference Against the Practice of Devdasi. Devdasi means during those days, ladies were all allowed. The women were only meant to serve the men. Okay, they just had to take care of the men. They did not have their own respectful life. That is called as Devdasi. To stop that practice, Maharishi Karve played an important role. Now, there were other people also who did lot of efforts to change society of India in terms of the women. And there was someone called as Tarabai Shinde who specifically worked on the women's rights. So she fought among the Britishers against the Indian society to allow the women to get their own basic rights. Maharishi Dondo Karve, he started the first Anath Bali Kashram, means girls orphanage. Orphanage means ashram, Anath ashram for the girls. So he was the person, Maharishi Dondo Karve, who started the first Anath Balika ashram, specially orphanage or the ashram for the girls who did not have their parents to look after. Pandita Ramabai founded Shraddha Sadan. She took the responsibility of handling the disabled children and the women. Disabled children means handicapped children who don't have, some of them don't have the proper normal body. Those are called as disabled children and the women. So there were a lot of Indian people who were educated and understood to change society of India, and for that they specifically worked together to change the condition of the Indian society, and for specifically in terms of women. So Pandita Ramabai founded Shraddha Sadan. She took the responsibility of disabled children and the women. She also started nursing course for women, demanded rights to vote for women. Now, what is nursing course? The nurses, at least she wanted that the girls or the ladies should at least know the basic thing of a doctor, the medical services for themselves at least. So she provided them the nursing course for women, and she also demanded the right for the women to vote in the elections. So because of her and many other freedom fighters of India, today the women or the ladies and the girls are allowed to vote in the elections. Among them, the most important people who took care was Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar and also Mahatma Gandhi, who advocated education of the women. So these were the important freedom fighters who focused on to change society of India by giving the education for the women. Now, religious reforms among the Muslims. So we have learned about divide and rule policy by the Britishers. So now over here, the condition of India was a little miserable because Muslims were and Hindus were almost divided. So among them, Abdul Latif, he started the social reforms among the Muslim community. He established the Mohammedan Literary Society in Bengal. So now, what did these people do? They tried to change, or they formed their own respective societies. So now, Muslim community wanted to change the Muslim community people, and Hindus want to change the Hindu community people. So everybody started their own respective organizations or universities for the specific community. Among them, the Syed Ahmad Khan founded the Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental College, which are also called as Aligarh Muslim University. So this university, which were founded, specifically gave education to the people or the children coming from Muslim communities. He advocated Western education, science and technology. He firmly believed that Muslims could make progress only by studying modern education and science. So he realized that it was very important for the people of India, specifically the Muslims, to understand or to learn the new concepts of concepts of science and technology, and then they could change society of India. Next was movement in Hindu society. Hindu Mahasabha was established, which gave respectable position to Hindu community. Now this particular Mahasabha was appointed or established to take care or to give respectable position for the Hindu community, means people coming from Hindu community. And in that, Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya, he founded Banaras Hindu University. These universities which were started specifically give education to the Hindu children or Hindu communities. Next was Keshav Baliram Hedgewar. He started Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh in Nagpur. Swayamsevak means social work. So these were specifically were started to work or to change the Hindu society of India. And next was V.D. Savarkar, who built Patit Pawan Temple in Ratnagiri, which allowed people of Hindu community to come together and pray in the temple. These were the various organizations started to develop the Hindu society of India. So, the Indian Renaissance was set up on the principles such as Indian Renaissance means change from bad to good. So, we have learned how the society was now focusing on changing the Indian society from bad to good, and that was called as Indian Renaissance. So, the most important principle based on which the India was now changing was liberty. Liberty means respect. Everybody was now going to respect. They understood that everybody should be respected. Girls, boys, men, women, rich, poor, and only then if everybody come together, we will equal the equality. If everybody gets respect, liberty, then we all will be treated equally, and if we are treated equally, we will be able to work as one national or nationalism. So the important principle based on which the Indian society was changing was liberty means freedom, equality means everybody should be equal, and nationalism means love for own country. These important principles were very important that changed the Indian society. So let's revise what we have learned. So we have learned the emancipation of women, how the various practices were started, universities were started to change the condition of women, and religious reforms among the Muslims and movement in Hindu society. Students, I hope the video is clear to you, and with this video we have ended a chapter 5 of history, social and religious reforms. I will be attaching a PDF file which will contain the notes of this chapter. I request all of you to please watch the video and solve the assignment test, as well as go through the PDF file and copy the notes in the notebook of history. Thank you.